It's 5 p.m. right now, so of course I'm going to try to max out the AeroPress and try to brew 6 cups of coffee in a single brew. A few weeks ago I posted a 4 cups AeroPress recipe that uses the puck percolation AeroPress method that I've been working on for almost 6 months already, maybe a little bit more, I don't know. And then I posted the AeroPress pour over style recipe in which I've discussed about the possibility of using the AeroPress as a pour over tool, as a no bypass brewer, and just let the coffee drip through the puck. So today that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm gonna use some decaf. I'm going to grind medium, so 5 on CP6 special, and I'm just going to use the 4 cups AeroPress recipe but scale it up to 80 grams of coffee, and hopefully we'll be able to brew 8 cups using this method. So let me just grind 80 grams of coffee and we'll come back. Okay, so first 30 grams in. Oh wow, that's a lot of coffee. Okay, another 25 grams of coffee done. Let's add it. Okay, so the last 25 grams is done. And look at this. So we have here 80.7 grams of coffee. 80.7. And what we're gonna do is we're going to try to level it a little bit, and then just drop it and use another paper filter to push it down, making a puck. Here's our coffee bed, here's our puck, and I kind of think that we can add a little bit more, but maybe it's too much. So let's try 80 grams. Let's try 80 grams first. So what we've done here is that we've created this really tall coffee bed, and then we added the top paper filter so that we have a water column on top which can go through the coffee bed and do the percolation part of the brew. I have myself a carafe here. I'm going to use 1:7 ratio as in the 4 cups AeroPress recipe. So for 80 grams of coffee I'm going to use 560 grams of water, and I'm going to use 70 degrees water so that water can go through the coffee bed without initiating the carbon dioxide release and making a mess and channeled extraction. But we'll see how it goes. One really nice thing about the dripping method is that I don't need to use the plunger, and I can just measure the TDS at any point in the brewing process. So I'll be able to see if I've extracted enough or not. What I'm really afraid of is that the upper layer will be really over extracted while the bottom layer will be kind of under extracted. So yeah, let's try to brew this, concentrate, and see what happens. So let's add our water. How are we going on the soaking? The water is going down. I hope that we'll be able to achieve even water distribution through the coffee bed and even extraction. Oh, because the coffee is pretty fresh, you can see that the carbon dioxide started releasing, so yeah, this is not great for me. Oh, bummer. It's a bummer. Wait, maybe the water... Yeah, my kettle failed me. My kettle set me up because it says that it's 75 degrees, so it for some reason overheated the water. Oh why? What should I do? So I'm not giving up on this idea, so I'll take the chopsticks and I'll put the paper filter on top once again. It's always a bummer when something like this happens, when your kettle just for some reason overheats. It's 75 degrees instead of 70. Oh well, there are no drips happening here, which is not great. You know what? I'm just going to push it. Let's say that it's just a blooming part, right? The good thing is that the coffee is fully soaked. The bad thing is that the carbon dioxide release happened and we're dealing with the mess. Add more water. This is hopeless. There is a lot of carbon dioxide release. Although you can see there is a little bit of clear liquid on top of the puck, so maybe not all hope is lost, and we'll just have to push through it. It is really resisting the press with the plunger, and it is refusing to drip through. Of course, because the puck is compressed, there are a lot of carbon dioxide bubbles that has been trapped inside the coffee bed, and the path for the water is really obstructed. Wow! Whoops! Some bubbles got through. Did you hear that? Oh my god. It's a chaos. It's a chaos. So you know what? I'm just going to push through the hiss right now so that we can add more water. Okay. Wow, what a mess. Now it's clear liquid on top. Why did I think that it was a good idea? We're only halfway through, so it's gonna be a long brew. You know what? I'm going to measure the concentrate that we have so far to see how are we on the extraction front. So we have a really dark concentrate right here, and that's 181 grams, 181.8 grams of coffee. So I've measured the Brix value, and we've actually reached 16% extraction yield. So I think that we should probably pull a little bit more liquid and then try to taste it. So I'm editing the video right now, and it has dawned on me that the extraction is actually higher because there's a lot of liquid retained in the coffee bed. So actually the formula for calculating the extraction yield for immersion brews is more suitable for this particular brew. I don't really know how much the liquid has retained in the coffee bed. So yeah, the extraction yield that I will be talking in this video is calculated for the percolation style brew and not immersion style brew. So it is a little bit less than the real value. The water here has cooled down, I believe. So yeah, it's 60 degrees, it's fine. So let's add just a little bit more water. Let's try to extract just a little bit more to see if we'll be able to achieve 18% extraction or something. Okay, so I pulled another 50 grams, I think. So it's 234.4. Let's mix this and try to measure it. Okay, so we're at 18.7% extraction yield. So yeah, I think that it is enough coffee extraction for now. Let's try to dilute it and try to taste. But first I'm going to try to taste the coffee concentrate. But before I taste this coffee concentrate, if you'd like to see more of this coffee experiments video, as well as see what kind of experiments I'm doing with coffee and this puck percolation method, you can become a member on Boosted, which is the only available alternative of Patreon in Russia here. And your support will help me to create more videos like this and make better videos, as well as create delicious recipes with the puck percolation AeroPress method. You can also get an access to my brewing database if you'd like to see what kind of things I've already tried out, what kind of brews succeeded and what kind of brews failed. So yeah, if you're interested, check the link in the description and let's try this coffee concentrate. Wow, is it acidic? Interesting. So the taste is actually not that bad. It is pretty acidic. It has a little bit of sour notes, but the bitterness is actually pretty low, and the astringency is low too, so I'm actually kind of surprised by the result. I'll try to dilute it to my desired TDS. So I'll aim for 1.3% TDS. That means that I'll be diluting this concentrate by 5 times. So I'll add 40 grams of this concentrate, 42.3, and I'll add up to 200 grams of finished beverage. Okay, 208 grams, and of course we'll stir it and let's taste. Wow. So usually when I drink this decaf coffee, they're usually more sweet dominant. The acidity is kind of lower, but here the acidity just pops out, and the sweetness is pretty high too. I'm really surprised that there's not much bitterness in here, and the acidity is really pleasant. I'm like drinking this and a little bit salivating. The brew was kind of messy. It turned into some kind of 60-70% immersion brew and 30% percolation, or maybe 50-50, but it is still quite good. Let's just make sure that the TDS is the one that I was aiming for. So yeah, the Brix value is at 1.7, which is exactly what I was aiming for. I do not recommend you trying this method of brewing. I just wanted to test out if 80 grams of coffee is possible to brew with the AeroPress, the stock AeroPress, but apparently you can do it. Apparently 80 grams is brewable. Is there the word brewable or not? I don't know. So yeah, if you'd like to see a more reasonable recipe for brewing big batch of coffee, check out my video on 4 cups AeroPress. And make sure that your water is at 70 degrees or lower, because my kettle kind of ruined the brew a little bit. So yeah, check out the video and links to the socials in the description. Bye!